The Backrooms. You've been here before. Entity number 1. The Humans. Concord Entity Classification System. Habitats. Cosmopolitan. Isle Entity Threat Score. Danger 2. Intelligence B. Class Anthropoid. Properties Civilized. Image caption: Humans. Entity species: a relatively varied group of human beings, all united under the common goal of a strike. Description: Homo sapiens, also known as humans, are a species of intelligent, nearly hairless bipedal apes that are among the most widespread and influential sapient life forms. They are distinguished by their high problem-solving capabilities, rapid learning rate, and highly social lifestyle. Humans display a natural drive for learning, which has encouraged development of technologies, sciences, religions, and cultures within human structures. Due to originating in a separate universe, that being the front rooms, they were mostly uncontested by any harsh threats, and built a unique and thriving populace in the reality they called home. Image caption: an ancient skull found in the backrooms from a long-dead human ancestor, possibly a sister species. Ever since humans, and even their early ancestors, first began existing in the front rooms, a great number of them have crossed realities via no-clipping by complete accident. This resulted in human beings settling within the backrooms and building civilizations to survive the harsh environment and native fauna. One of the most densely human-populated levels in current times is Level 11, which closely resembles an environment associated with the human's original reality. Ancient humans settled in a number of locations, many choosing to stay in the ones they no-clipped into or anywhere directly connected to them. Footnote: some of these places include what are known today as Level 2, Level 5, Level 11, and Level 186. Using their capabilities listed, they were able to suppress great adversaries and settle in otherwise dangerous places. Some settlements date back to millennia ago, such as Level 249, whilst others are far more recent, such as Level 179, and stick out even among urban realities as a sign of their ability to survive. Image caption: an abandoned hut in Level 46, originating from an abandoned deserted settlement. Despite the harsh environment they now live in, humans have unknowingly afflicted a variety of damages to its landscape. The requirement for food and large settlements has resulted in the damage of much fauna, and their aggression to equally hostile entities has dwindled their populations. Upkeep of their settlements requires constant gathering of precious, somewhat rare materials, which have only become rarer from human interference. Because of this induced scarcity, humans spread further, taking more materials and repeating the process almost infinitely. Although indirectly, the large-scale presence of humans has led to the creation of multiple entities that resemble them in appearance, mannerisms, and biology. Some are near-perfect replicas such as facelings, whilst others, like hounds, are more liberal interpretations of the human body. Human-like entities have existed seemingly as long as humans themselves, with some even evolving to be as similar as possible throughout centuries. Whilst mainly a fault of humans in their original universe, their impact has caused the backrooms to mimic several things built by them in its evolution of levels. This effect has had an influence which has existed for thousands of years, as can be seen in the enigmatic level, the Tower, and will continue indefinitely, as seen with Level 15, drastically reshaping the course of the future. Image caption: an early incarnation of the public database and potentially the formings of the Backrooms' early internet and Wi-Fi. One positive shaping of history is the humans' ability to communicate information to each other in order to survive, something which has led to the creation of this very database. It is a tool that contains documentation of anomalous species, objects, events, locations, people, and a plethora of unique stories and experiences. It is one of the biggest archives of documentation left by human beings, bested only by the advent of the internet in their home world. It is a permanent mark of their existence that has been, and will be, utilized for as long as humans thrive themselves. Psychology. Image caption. 3 separate civilizations in the front rooms that built structures in a similar shape, displaying their semi-unified thinking. Humans all share unique behaviors and personalities, but have many common thought processes that link them. A great majority of humans have highly sociable mannerisms, a desire to seek out the unknown, note, see level 206, and the need to populate uninhabited, note, see level 184, and potentially dangerous, note, see level 207, locations. This method of thinking, whilst no doubt effective in maintaining the population and guaranteeing its expansion, has quite irreversibly altered the Backrooms in the ways already listed. Their need to seek knowledge and live in hazardous areas also causes significant casualties, see level 174, but has guaranteed the future survival of the species thanks to rigorous documentation, which is used, often thanklessly, by the people who come after. For this research, they have built all sorts of towns, cities, bases, communities, and outposts, all of which are operated by groups of various intentions. Though information about human occupation before the modern database is scarce, the information that is known shows how they operate much like modern ones we have today. Despite their ability to cooperate, they can be deeply aggressive towards one another in certain situations of rivalry or disagreement. It often leads to conflicts and casualties that set back progress or alliances, which makes human beings extremely unpredictable to the eyes of others. Habitats and population. Image caption. An example of the cooperation of Front Room's humans to create the largest known civilizations in existence. Throughout the centuries, humans have repeatedly made specific choices in where to build their settlements. Usually, they greatly prefer places that resemble areas in the front rooms, whether it be a location's geography, its similarities to real places, see level 45, or places where they can easily gather or grow resources, see level 281. Whilst they mostly favor settling in places with little to no dangerous entities, see level 11, or places with solely civilized entities, see level 159, many humans sometimes occupy the same spaces as hostile entities, whilst sometimes, inadvertently, see level 200, some also do it by conscious choice, see level 186. Usually for a chance at protection or as a last-ditch effort to survive. This, however, usually backfires. By far the most important factor of choice, however, is the structure of time inside of a location. Humans prefer those that follow the typical circadian rhythm, usually in the form of a day and night cycle, or a close emulation. However, when a level lacks said passage of time, they tend to opt for levels that always have daylight. Footnote, or levels which have functioning lights. Usually this only pertains to indoor realities. Both for easy visibility and protection of their mental health. If a place has no daylight but still has a plethora of materials, humans may opt to use their own created light sources, which is something they have been doing for generations. See level -4.1. Some of the most populated locations are level 4, level 11, level 29, level 186, and level 737, which have populations deep into the thousands. By many, these locations are regarded as main hubs and the main places to live in the Backrooms. As with all human achievements, each of these locations have been terraformed and adapted in different ways to achieve their large population, distributing flora and fauna to do so. The same cannot be said for fallen civilizations such as level 22's M-Stable and level 51's Hoofstad, who both did much the same, the only difference being that these groups both overexpanded and reached the end of their cycles. History cycles. Image caption: the ruins of an old backroom civilization, potentially predating the lost. Whilst not a phenomena exclusive to human backrooms communities, there has been a pattern followed by most major communities and groups that have been built by humans throughout all of history. Each group, in varying spaces of time, follows a similar cycle of events from their inception, which inevitably leads to their own downfall. Groups, especially many older ones like the Lost, form under a specific, small leadership with a fairly rigid set of goals and morals. Gradually, however, these groups expand. They gather more people, expand their physical and technological reaches further, until the group becomes a haphazard imitation of what it once was. Usually, as has been recorded in both ancient times, see the Iron Fist, and the modern day, see the BMTG, this results in a schism of the group that causes it to split and become not what it once was, or, in rare cases, even causing them to cease existing entirely. Most, if not all groups, fall into this cycle, and a group that reaches the end of its lifespan will inevitably be replaced by one that has just begun. As is often the case, people from previous groups migrate to new ones, sharing the previous downfalls as to extend the lifespan of the new, younger group. However, for as effective at survival as humans are, they possess one fatal flaw. Despite their keen passion and adept ability to mold and shape the backrooms, none of what they ever do is permanent. Every civilization, no matter how grand, see the Meg, or long-lasting, see the Lost, it is, inevitably crumbles and falls. Often, other humans simply take the place of their extinct predecessor, but in all cases, the backrooms eventually comes out victorious. Its native entities and laws of physics outlive and outperform all human actions, no matter how great any one civilization is at the height of its power. Humans are just a speck, one entity of over 1,000, and their grand achievements do nothing to change that. The combined forces of its other creatures, natural effects, and rapidly evolving landscapes not only outdo, but eventually eliminate humanity and its footprint as a whole. Hypothetically speaking, the latter two effects could wipe out all its creatures, and its natural effects could cause all levels to eventually pass away the same as humans. However, whilst this itself is uncertain, it is known that humans, rather morbidly, will be the first to go. Image captions: humans are just a chapter in the history of the backrooms.